And these are the breaking inputs here on that front. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, they're saying that she's been attacked by 4 men who tried to manhandle her. Her legs are injured and she has now been rushed in an ambulance straight back to Kolkata. Take a listen in.
कोई पुलिस नहीं था, एक भी पुलिस नहीं था। हमारा पुलिस
दीदी पाए चोटটা কিভাবে লাগলো?
4-5 आदमी नहीं। मैं गाड़ी का इधर में खड़ा होकर कर रहा था। 4-5 आदमी में मेरे को गाड़ी पूरा बंद कर दिया और वहाँ हमको पूरा चोट हो गया। देखो कितना पुल।
कहाँ आपको चोट लगी है दीदी?
पूरा पुल गया।
ओके।
दीदी क्या कलकत्ता वापस जाएंगे? अभी जा रहे हैं। अभी बहुत दर्द हो रहा है। अभी जोर।
और ये कहाँ पे हुआ दीदी? एग्जैक्ट जगह कौन सी है?
दीदी आप
बरोलिया बाजार में।
दीदी
और कितने लोग थे?
बीजेपी का मामला है।
पब्लिक बहुत थे। पब्लिक का बात नहीं है। 4-5 जानबूझ के किया।
Our correspondent Siddhant has been getting us minute-to-minute updates here. In fact, this is the sequence of events that he's tried to explain while getting in that word from Mamata Banerjee as well, right there at the moment when soon after this alleged attack took place and what followed then. Take a look.
Banerjee has just arrived here. You know, she spoke to us. She's saying that she told us that she got injured. There were some people who deliberately tried closing the door of her vehicle. There was no police deployed and she's going back to Kolkata. Let's cut again to her. She's showing her injuries. Vijay Rakesh Chawla is giving those shots. She's showing her injuries. So she has to say that near Barolia this incident happened. They were public, and when she was attending this meeting and she was trying to sit inside the car, somebody tried closing the door deliberately and she got hurt. And she's saying that she's leaving for Kolkata. She is not going to stay. She is not going to stay here in Nandigram. She's saying that it could be a conspiracy. So she's saying that it could be a conspiracy and she is going to lodge complaint with the election commission. So this feed we are getting from the Nandigram. First on Times Now, we were the first, and when we saw this vehicle coming, we approached the vehicle. As a CM of this state, she has to say she pulled her window was open and she spoke to us immediately. She said that she is going to raise this issue with the election commission. There could be a conspiracy. SP was not there, local police was not there, and okay, fine. Let's go back to her. We'll say, दीदी बात करेंगे दीदी। राकेश शॉट
दीदी पाप भूले ना इसे।
दीदी कोलकाता। Okay. So CM is leaving now. Let's stick to those shots. CM is leaving now. Okay, Rakesh ji, come here. We'll try to have one-on-one conversation and try to understand. दीदी एक बार टाइम्स नाउ को बता दीजिए। दीदी टाइम्स नाउ वांट्स टू नो। दीदी if you're all right, can we speak once? दीदी एक बार टाइम्स नाउ को बता दीजिए। We really want to speak once. Okay, just stay on these visuals. I'll try to put question for our viewers because she was interested speaking to Times Now. When she saw us, she started speaking. Okay, her security personnel are not allowing us. We'll take that question. She's getting out of the car. She's not well. It appears she's not well. She's getting out of the car. The security personnel are bringing her out of the car and she has been shifted to the back seat. Very dramatic visuals here on ground. Okay, she's being shifted to the back seat of the car by her security personnel. I hope Rakesh Chawla is giving those shots. We are playing it live. She will be taken to the hospital. She is going back to the Kolkata. She had also told me that she has a pain on the chest and this is the reason she can't speak much. We tried taking questions from her. She's alleging that there was no police personnel. She suffered the injury and you can see the security personnel are trying to make her comfortable inside the vehicle, and And this has happened in a place called Barolia, which is in Nandigram. Didi is alleging conspiracy. You can see this is happening here in Nandigram, right next to the rented house which Mamata Banerjee has taken. We are the first channel giving you the live shots of these very, very, very dramatic visuals. A complete U-turn maybe in the politics of the Nandigram. And this vehicle is leaving. This vehicle is leaving. I'll ask Rakesh Chavla. Okay, ambulances. Okay, fine. Okay. We'll give some shot. There's some trouble. So you can see. Please, thoda jaldi leke jaiye. Okay. Oh. Rakesh ji, if you can give those shots, please. Thank you. Thank you, Rakesh ji. There you see the vehicle is leaving. Okay, Rakesh ji, please come. Okay, there you see Rakesh ji. So there you see Mamata Banerjee leaving for Kolkata. We'll try to get more shots. CM inside the vehicle. Okay. We'll try to trace the vehicle. Mamata Banerjee is inside the vehicle. We'll try to take questions from her. Rakesh ji. Okay. The CM has left. The CM has left. She has gone for Kolkata. We can put that out for viewers. CM has left. She has gone to Kolkata. You can see her convoy leaving to Kolkata. We have been told that she will be taken to the hospital also, and she has alleged that some people tried closing the door of her vehicle deliberately, and in that incident she got injured. Back to you.
And it's just a start of political reactions that are continuing to pour in here on this dramatic charge, on this very serious charge though. But the BJP is playing it down, saying that this is just mere drama to gain sympathy. There is no law and order is what the BJP has been arguing for the state right from the start. This is Arjun Singh of the BJP reacting to this.
अच्छा, ममता बनर्जी के काफिले पर अटैक, ये क्या तालिबान है कि ममता बनर्जी के काफिले पर अटैक होगा? 300 पुलिस रहती है उनके सिक्योरिटी में, 300 पुलिस, और रास्ते में कम से कम 4000 पुलिस। तो ममता बनर्जी के पास पहुंचता कौन है? उनकी सिक्योरिटी। तो सिक्योरिटी जो SS4 IPS को उन्होंने सिक्योरिटी इंचार्ज बना कर रखा है, तो चारों को तो पहले सस्पेंड करना चाहिए। और अटैक करने वाला आदमी कोई हवा में तो आके अटैक नहीं किया, वो भूत तो नहीं था कि भूत आके अटैक कर गया, तो उसको पकड़ना भी चाहिए था। तो ममता बनर्जी ने फिर एक सिंपैथी लेने के लिए नाटक किया और कुछ नहीं।
The BJP, of course, not taking that charge very seriously here, saying that if at all it did happen, it is because there is a law and order issue in the state here. Questions also being asked, of course, with respect to the Chief Minister who has Z+ security. Where was the Z+ security at the time of the attack here? But the TMC, in a direct attack against the Election Commission here, saying that the EC needs to be answerable on why there was no security provided in the thick of election season. Our managing editor, Vinay Tiwari, is getting us a further insight here on this. Vinay, this is snowballed into another level. If we thought West Bengal political campaign, election campaign was dramatic, this is entirely to another level, but this is also along very serious lines.
For a chief minister to now say that she was attacked by 4 men, and very obviously she was intending to say that it was done deliberately, is a serious enough charge. I mean, however much the BJP may contest the validity or the veracity of her claims, the fact remains that there is a claim like that, and being the chief minister of a state, she has, just raised the ante, so to speak, on how high-pitched this battle is going to be. I mean, look, we all anticipated this election to be a very, very bitterly fought one. We'd already seen signs of it in the past few months. It just has turned into more aggressive and bitter, especially because of the decision of Mamata Banerjee to contest from Nandigram, because Nandigram, in that sense, is now a prestige battle. I mean, you had the BJP's star defector, Suvendu Adhikari, who considers himself to be on Nandigram, literally laying claim to the legacy of the Nandigram agitation, not realizing that Mamata would just take it forward by actually giving up contesting a second seat, which a lot of people thought she would. So in that sense, the stakes just got raised much more when Mamata took a decision to do this. I mean, even through the day-to-day Seher, we saw how both sides indulged in a massive show of strength while Mamata was filing her nomination and Suvendu himself was inaugurating his own election office. So it's pretty much on expected lines. Having said so, the fact that Mamata has now chosen to directly accuse her opponents of having engineered this attack is a fairly serious charge. Also remember that the reactions that are coming in after this particular claim are fairly predictable in nature. I mean, the BJP obviously is going to call it a drama. And the TMC is obviously going to call it a problem of order simply because currently the machinery is under the Election Commission and raised out of the state, something that we again anticipated would create political controversy, much like it does in other states that go to elections. So very high-pitched, very, very intense. And I think some of our worst fears of this election becoming violent and becoming extremely high-pitched are finally coming true.
Yes, Vinay, please stay on with us. We're getting in more voices here on this. In fact, we have Ms. Chitrita Sanyal, who's a senior journalist with us here. Many thanks for being with us. In your view on how this has developed, this is a very serious charge. Of course, one didn't see her injuries, but she has said that she was pushed and because of which her legs have been injured and then she was rushed to hospital.
As a journalist, I've been covering West Bengal politics for a very long time. I would say that if a chief minister of a state has been attacked, then the law and order situation in the state is certainly not fine. And as the opposition was saying that during the elections there's going to be bound to be more political violence in the state, I would say that it's an issue of concern, and the state police should answer who are these people behind this attack. If she was being attacked, why her security was not around, and why Mamata Banerjee, knowing that such violence can take place, was given permission to stay back at Nandigram after filing nomination. These are the questions which the police needs to answer. And, it's true that this election in West Bengal will have to witness a lot of political violence, a lot of political struggle between the ruling TMC, BJP, and the other opposition parties. So it's certainly, I will say that the state of Bengal is certainly not in a very fine state.
Okay.
The law and order situation certainly needs to be beefed up. And now that Election Commission has taken over, it's up to Election Commission to take steps regarding this.
Right. Vinay, technically speaking here, in your understanding, where does the buck stop? The TMC, of course, in a direct charge against the Election Commission for security allocation, local police allocation for the campaign here. But this is the Chief Minister who moves around 24/7 with Z plus security.
নন্দীগ্রামের শহীদ পরিবার নিয়ে আমি কিন্তু দিল্লিতে গেছি, আমি কিন্তু মুম্বাইতে গেছি, আমি কিন্তু ত্রিবান্দ্রমে গেছি, আমি কিন্তু চেন্নাইতে গেছি। মনে রাখবেন, সিঙ্গুর আন্দোলন শুরু হলে তারপরে 7ই মার্চ নন্দীগ্রামে মারা গেল 3 জন। তখন আমি অনশন বারণ করা সত্ত্বেও আমি কিন্তু চলে এসেছিলাম নন্দীগ্রামে, এবং সেদিন আমাকে পেট্রোল বোমা দিয়ে পুড়িয়ে মারার চেষ্টা হয়েছিল। অনেক অত্যাচার আমার উপর হয়েছে। 10ই ডিসেম্বর যখন সূর্যোদয়ের নামে প্রোগ্রাম হয়েছে, কালী পুজোর আগের দিন, 10ই নভেম্বর কালী পুজোর আগের দিন, শুনতে পাচ্ছেন? আর আমি সারাক্ষণ রাত জেগে জেগে বসে পাহারা দিতাম। আমি জানি সমস্ত এই জিনিস কখনো ভোলা যায় না। আমি কেন অন্য কোনো কনস্টিটিউশনে আমি যে কোনো জায়গায় দাঁড়াতে পারতাম। গ্রামের মানুষ যে লড়াই করেছেন সেই লড়াইকে সম্মান জানানো হয়েছে, এবং আমি সবসময় বলি যে ভুলতে পারি নিজের মান, ভুলবো না নন্দীগ্রাম। এই নন্দীগ্রাম আগামী দিন সারা পৃথিবীর মানুষের কাছে মাথা উঁচু করে দাঁড়ান, এটা আমি চাই। নন্দীগ্রাম দিয়ে আমি 294টা সিটের ক্যান্ডিডেটের অ্যানাউন্স করেছি, এবং নন্দীগ্রামে কিন্তু 1 নম্বর অ্যানাউন্স হয়েছে। নন্দীগ্রামে কিন্তু লিড করবে আগামী দিন বাংলাকে 294টা সিটে তাদের লড়াইকে প্রশস্ত করবার জন্য। ভালো থাকবেন। আমি ইতিমধ্যেই চাই
Well, just to help our viewers understand on the sequence of events of what we're looking at, the reaction, the response that we're getting in of Mamata Banerjee right now that we've just played out here is while she was addressing the crowd in Nandigram, supposedly just before the alleged attack here. It is after she had concluded speaking here, after which the entire chaos took place. But as I was asking my colleague Vinay Tiwari, who's connected here with us to help us understand on the import of this incident that has taken place here. Vinay, on questions that are being asked on who's responsible, because of course the TMC is saying Election Commission responsible for security deployment of campaigns here, but this is also regarding the Chief Minister who has a Z+ security. Where were they at that time?
And so let's separate the facts from what the claims are currently. Just to help the viewers understand if anything changes during an election. Yes, it is true that once the election process is announced, the Election Commission is responsible for the administration, and every deployment or transfers of postings of officers, whether they're IAS officers or IPS officers, are then ordered by the Election Commission, which is what we saw yesterday when the DGP was transferred by the Election Commission and a new DGP was appointed. Having said that, any candidate, especially the Chief Minister of a state which has a Naxal problem, and I'm mentioning it because all Naxal states, by default, Chief Ministers get a Z+ security. There is no assessment required. I mean, if you're a Chief Minister of a Naxal-affected state, at some stage, you will get a Z+ security. So Mamata did have Z+ security. This security is neither changed nor withdrawn for the duration of the campaign, except when she's entering the polling station as a candidate or coming in the 200 meters of vicinity of the polling booth. That's the only period where the security personnel are not allowed to carry arms inside. Otherwise, she's supposed to be accompanied by her Z+ posse at all moments, at all times, irrespective of where she is. So by that logic, even here, the entire retinue of her security should have been with her, and they're directly accountable for her safety and security, and they're empowered to take any action required to protect her. Now, then comes the twist, where she's making a claim that 4 people were able to actually march in or at least break the cordon and attack her to the extent that she suffered injuries. Now, the trouble with Indian politics and democracy would be, Zahir, that there is absolutely no way we will ever finally get to know the absolute objective truth about what really happened, because nothing really was seen on the camera per se. There was, of course, a little bit of commotion, but nobody's quite sure what really happened. And that's where this whole thing will become intensely political, as you're seeing is already happening. The BJP is calling it a drama, and the TMC is using this to attack the Election Commission as well as to suggest that the security of their own Chief Minister and party leader is being compromised, and that this is a political conspiracy. So pretty obviously, this is how the script is going to pan out. TMC is not going to back off from making these allegations and spreading them around the state to say that their Chief Minister was the victim of a concerted attack by her political opponents.
Absolutely. Vinay, I appreciate you making it clear to us here on how security deployment works in the time of elections here. But it's with the Chief Minister here who in fact already had Z+ security, irrespective of added deployments that come in from the Election Commission here. We're in fact continuing with those updates in just a bit. We've also played out a sequence of events of what exactly happened soon after the attack. There's still more to ascertain on what exactly happened here, but stay with us. We're back in just a bit.